It's The Last Stand. And here is your host, Brian Custer.
That's right. It is The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport, and in the sport of boxing, it doesn't get any bigger than our guest. He is the unified super middleweight champion of the world and considered pound for pound the best fighter in the world. He's none other than Saul Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, welcome back to The Last Stand.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Good to have you back on. And look, November 6th, taking on Caleb Plant to become really the first undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. A victory for you. What would it mean to you? What would it mean to your legacy to accomplish that?
It means a lot for my legacy. This fight is really important for us, for me, for Mexico, for my fans, for my team, because I'm gonna be the first Mexican and Latin American fighter to be an undisputed champion. So for me, it's really important because at the end of the day, I just wanna make history.
And if you are victorious and become undisputed, and as you talked about, you would become the first Mexican fighter to accomplish that. Does this mean that Canelo Alvarez is the greatest Mexican fighter to ever lace him up?
No, I don't want to say that. I'm doing my things, my history. No, other fighters do their history, so I'm not. I don't want to compare myself with other fighters. No, I just want to be me, my history, the Canelo history. Everybody's had his own history.
Got it. And so, listen, let's go back to that press conference because that thing went viral. And you know, during the face-off, you guys have like this verbal back and forth with one another. Then you know, you give him a push. Both of you guys throw some swings. You get your arm cut. He gets a little cut under his eye. But you know, I noticed something as you were walking up to the face-off. You took your sunglasses off. He kept his on. So did you know that maybe something was going to jump off at the face-off?
No, I just take it off because I want to see the eyes, no, the good. But he don't take his glasses off, so it doesn't matter. But that's why. But when I push him, I just see when he's coming. I just see something he's gonna throw or do something, so that's why.
And what upset you more that day, Nello? Was it him cursing at you, calling you an MF'er, or was it him repeatedly calling you a drug cheat?
No, the thing bothered me is that when he say you motherfucker. That for us means a lot. So for Mexican means a lot, and that's why. He crossed the line, and that's why I push him.
You know, Plant spent a lot of time in his camp working with Andre Ward. And Andre Ward said that, quote, Plant can beat Canelo and shock the world. What do you think about him working with Andre Ward and Andre's comments?
I really don't care. At the end of the day, is him, is me and him. So I don't care who trained him and what he do. I'm gonna be in the ring with him and do my things, and I have more experience. I have skills, and I'm gonna show that.
You know, I thought at that press conference it was funny because you told Caleb, you warned him. You said, "Look, I'm gonna break your jaw," and I guess Caleb Plant told the media now. He needs to prove that to me in the ring. What do you say to that?
And I will, soon.
I love it. You know, Caleb also says that, in his opinion, he says boxers have given Canelo problems, like Mayweather, like Lara. He says the difference is. Yeah, he says the difference is I have more power. And I'm capable of providing more offense than those guys. What do you say to that?
We'll see. But that's a long time ago. But I'm way different now. way different fighter now. So we'll see. November 6th.
And you say you're
Wait.
a different fighter. Different fighter in what way? Tell us what. In what way is Canelo different?
Oh, I'm more mature. I'm more strong, more complete fighter with more experience. I'm a complete fighter now. I'm in my peak.
I think a lot of people agree with that. You know, also at the press conference, you told me, you said, I'm going to knock Caleb Plant out in less than 8 rounds easy. Tell me why. Why you think this is going to be easy?
No, it's the first round is gonna be difficult because his style, but I know how break down that style. So maybe after 5 rounds, I'm gonna do my things.
I kind of got a sense, Canelo, that this fight will be kind of like Billy Joe Saunders. You know, he used some movement, and you got a sense like you were just waiting him out. Like, okay, you can't move for a long time. I'm gonna hit you with these body shots and slow you down, and then I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, same but different because it's the Billy Joe Saunders is southpaw and Caleb Plant is
He's
orthodox.
Orthodox,
So
Got
it's gonna be. I think maybe a little easy for me.
Love that. You know, if you beat Caleb, do you see yourself staying at 168 and defending all of those belts for a little bit, or do you just move up? What do you do?
We don't know. We just have this goal in a short time to unify these belts, and after we don't know. We wanna rest a little bit and then we'll see. But I wanna do the best fights out there.
I think that's what I love about you, because you've always said, I want the biggest challenges. And you always hear people say, I would love to see Canelo fight this guy, or I love to. I don't think anyone's ever asked you. So is there anybody out there in the landscape that Canelo wants to fight that you say, I haven't fought this guy yet, I would love to get in the ring with this guy?
No, not really. I just wanna fight with the fights that people want and make history. So that's the only I want. So we'll see after the fight.
You were very active and have been very active this year. With 2022, how often do you see Canelo fighting next year?
I don't know, but I love be active. I love be active. I love be fighting a lot. So I want to fight 3 times, 4 times a year. For me, it's good.
Obviously, things at DAZN kind of went sideways. This will be the first time, and I'm excited about this because this is the first time that we've had Canelo on Showtime pay-per-view since 2014. Could you see yourself joining with the PBC and or fighting on Showtime regularly going forward?
We don't know. I just want to fight with everybody and have relationship with all the promoters and do the best fights out there. And if I need to fight in Showtime with PBC, I'm good. If I need to fight in the song with Eddie Hearns, I'm good. So I just want to do the best fights out there.
I got to ask you, because without question, people are calling it one of the greatest heavyweight fights. What did you think about Wilder and Fury?
Oh, great fight. Great fight. I think Wilder needs more condition, more moves. He don't know how move the head, so it's difficult when you don't have condition and you don't know how to move. So that's why Tyson Fury beat him. Tyson Fury is a great fighter.
Yeah. And what do you think about Jake Paul telling people that he would love to fight Canelo Alvarez in another year or two?
Oh man, I don't know. We'll see. You never say no, so we'll see.
Okay, I like it. I like it. For everybody who watches this show, Canelo, we let them submit questions. We got so many for you, but we got a few I want to get to you. William on Twitter asks, "Hey Canelo, why have you continually refused to fight Demetrius Andrade? Never at 154 or at 160, and he holds a belt. You call him boring, but you smash Billy Joe Saunders, and his style is similar."
No, he's a horrible fighter. I don't never want to fight with him. He fought with anybody. So
Lewis on Twitter says, "Canelo, what's next after this fight? Is Errol Spence really an option?"
we don't know. In boxing, you never know, but we'll see. He's a great fighter, and he wants to come my way. Okay, if no, I'm okay. He's a great fighter, and we'll see.
Chris asks on Twitter, "Will you consider going to light heavyweight again and fight Bivol or Benavidez?"
Yes, why not?
Like it. Willie asks on Twitter, "Canelo, how many more years do you see yourself fighting?"
7 more years.
Wow. Okay. Daniel on Twitter asks, "Which fight do you think you learned more about yourself, in the Triple G fight or the Mayweather fight?"
Every fight. I learn in every fight, in every single fight. So Mayweather, Cotto, Golovkin, Jacobs, every fight for me is an experience, and I learn from every single fight.
Last one on Twitter asks, "Canelo, you've said before you're uncomfortable fighting other Mexican fighters. However, would you ever fight a Mexican-American fighter like David Benavidez?"
Like I say, I represent Mexico, so that's why I don't like to fight with Mexican fighters anymore. But when you need to fight with somebody, so why not?
Okay. All right, Canelo, we come to the last segment of this show. We call it The Last Stand. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, champ. I just want the first thing that comes to your mind. You ready? All right. First thing, if you beat Caleb and become the undisputed champion, is this the greatest professional achievement of your career?
One of them.
All right. First thing that comes to Canelo's mind when I say Triple G.
Great fighter.
Ooh, okay. Who upsets you more right now, Demetrius Andrade or Caleb Plant?
Caleb Plant.
Okay. Which fight is more realistic that you could see yourself fighting next, David Benavidez or Jermall Charlo?
Charlo.
Pound for pound, the best fighter walking right now on the planet, is it Terrence Bud Crawford? Is it Tyson Fury? Is it Alexander Usyk? Or is it Canelo Alvarez?
Canelo Alvarez.
There we go. That's what we do here on The Last Stand. We bring you the biggest names in the sport, and I tell you, there's none bigger than the man right in front of you, and that is Canelo Alvarez. Champ, looking forward to November 6th. It should be an epic night in Vegas, and always appreciate your time.
Thank you. See you soon.